All right, who's ready to talk about
we're
some movies?
starting with that.
wow.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Okay, who watched
None of us were ready.
Saltburn?
I did.
Yep.
Oh, we all watched it.
Unfortunately.
Oh, great. You know, I wasn't going to watch it, and then Crystal begged me to watch it.
You weren't even going to add it into this. I was like, do you want to just do a review? You're like, nah, well, to the wrap up, I'll watch it.
No, I watched the trailer, and I'm like, I guarantee if we did a full review of this, it would just flop like crazy. Yes, Saltburn. So this is Crystal's fault, everyone. Crystal demanded it.
You're welcome.
So I didn't know what this movie was. When I saw advertisements, I swore that the one main actor was Walt from Breaking Bad Jr. That's not just me, right? They look alike.
I see it.
Euphoria guy.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy on the right. Sorry.
Yeah, the guy on the right from
Winks.
Breaking Bad looks like the dude on the left from Saltburn.
Mhm.
They look exactly alike to me.
Mhm.
Not exactly, but
No, not even.
some
You'll-
resemblance.
You know what? I should have put a green glowy thing over the guy.
Oh, my God.
That would have helped.
That would have been, they're twins. They're twins.
This is one where
same guy, Arrow.
you want to rewrite the wheel on this one.
I want to rewrite the wheel. God damn it! I'm done doing live episodes. All I do is get bullied.
Yep, you're the only one that gets bullied on this, Tony.
Right.
Yep.
And I noticed something. I noticed that even though Joey C didn't do his famous speech about super chats, we have super chats rolling in. Joey, quick, do you want to remind people about super chats?
Of course I do. The secret and the name of the game, it's not a secret. The name of the game, folks, is Super Chats. If you want me or the crew to whisper sweet nothings into your ear, we'll do it. Just send a Super Chat. Within reason, folks, this is the internet. We have terms and conditions to follow through. You know what I'm saying? Make it manly. Alrighty, let's rewrite the wheel, baby.
I almost spit my tea out at you going, it's not a secret.
Not a secret. It's not a secret, please.
Okay, Saltburn. So as far as I can tell, it's a story of a guy. He goes to university. He's kind of gay for another dude. Gets invited to his rich people mansion. Gets all weird. And then shenanigans ensue. Did I sum this up right?
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Sure.
From the script to your mouth.
So, Crystal, you're responsible for this. What did you think of Saltburn, and why did you want us to talk about it?
Best movie ever. Just greatest movie that I've ever seen. I had no idea what it was. I didn't even see a trailer for it. I just saw, big on Netflix or whatever it was. And I was like, cool, I'll watch it. I watched it with my boyfriend. And we were very confused up until the end.
That must have been a real romantic. That must have been a real romantic night. Like, hey, honey, let's cuddle up and watch Saltburn.
It was interesting. We had a lot to talk about after that. A lot of discussions. Talk about vampires,
Now, Mike, you're our Latinx correspondent, and with the exception of like one guy, this cast is mostly white. Were you able to relate to some of Saltburn?
No, not at all.
Did you like Saltburn?
No, it was weird. It was interesting. It was. I don't know, dude.
That seems to be everyone's reaction.
It was a movie.
Yeah,
to be honest.
My friend kept telling me to watch it. She said, "Oh, we gotta watch it. And watch it. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It's become like a challenge thing on TikTok, apparently. And when I think of TikTok, I think of the youth of today, and I think of Adam Does Movies. Adam, what did you think of Saltburn?
I was on board until Oliver sucked splooge out of the bathtub, and then I was fully on board. That is what won me over. I watched it with my wife, and I think I speak for all sad middle-aged white people on the planet when I say there's not a lot going on in our lives. So seeing the youth of today kind of get up to hijinks and stuff in a rich people place, I thought it was fucking great. I loved this movie. I thought it was wild.
You really liked it?
I really liked it. I did. I reviewed it. I wasn't a coward. I put a review out, and people resonated with that review, Tony, because I get the kids of today. We all had a good time.
Are people afraid to review?
Well, you were. You were.
Yeah.
You were.
Oh,
you wouldn't do it with me, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to do a whole episode on it.
You should have.
There's so much to talk about.
You should have listened to Crystal.
Yeah,
I should
he
have.
never
I
does.
should have.
We could have had an entire episode talking about that last scene. That last scene was
I
brilliant.
don't want to talk about that last scene.
We should shut this down right now and then just save this for a full episode.
I'm gonna delete the slides. We're just doing Saltburn, okay? Just Saltburn. Gil,
Yeah,
what did you think of Saltburn?
I agree with Adam to a certain extent for probably the first half of the movie. Mike, you called it weird and interesting. That's what got me hooked on this movie at the beginning of it. And I feel like a great movie usually is not easy to put into one genre. And for a while, I felt like this movie, it's a little funny, it's a little dramatic, it's tense and thrilling at times. I also thought it did a great job of doing the contrast thing of when Oliver is kind of falling under Felix's spell. The guy's flawless, everything's perfect. Contrast that to stark reality where Felix is talking about him behind his back. Maybe he's tired of playing with his new toy. I thought it did a great job with all of that. And also in the opening, they set up that you know something awful is coming. Then that animated title comes up, Saltburn. So it creates this dread. And when he gets to Saltburn, you have that feeling in the pit of your stomach that something is going to go wrong. You don't quite know what's going to go wrong. But I did have a little bit of a feeling of where I thought the movie was going. And about halfway through, I felt pretty certain I know where this is going. And it gave me similar feelings as when Evil Lurks, where I sort of disconnected from it. And I feel like last time I didn't do a great job putting into words what I meant by that. So I've been thinking about it. And I think it applies to this movie too. And I think it comes down to this, that there's usually two things that keep me engaged in a movie. It's hope for a main character you empathize with. You hope that they're going to be okay, succeed or whatever. And there's just curiosity. What's going to happen next? Once I feel like I know where it's going, curiosity goes away. And once I lose empathy for the main character, I'm no longer hoping for anything. And if I leave Oliver, pretty much all the characters around him are sort of stereotypical rich, evil people, mainly played for laughs. So I felt kind of cold for the second half of the movie. Like I felt like I knew where it was going. I finished it, but I just wasn't very engaged with it toward the end.
Yeah,
I was going to ask if anyone could predict what was happening, because to me, I had no idea what was happening. Like, I also did not predict he was going to fuck a grave.
That was
also,
one thing that
was improv, actually. That was not in the script. That was improv, FYI.
Which
I loved. The fucking the grave.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that scene was supposed to take place at a Chuck E. Cheese. So they really ran with whatever he wanted to do.
I will say, what trying to guess what was going to happen next is what kept me going.
Yeah.
I didn't. By the way, I took a break in the middle of this movie. I got up to the tub scene.
Sure you did.
And then I had to film a review. And then it was late at night. I'm like, do I really want to watch the rest of this tonight? I'll pick it up tomorrow. But
one thing I'll say though is just honestly, I don't know if I would have predicted where it was going. Literally, if I hadn't seen one movie, Talented Mr. Ripley, years ago, because I kept getting those vibes. Really?
I've never seen Talented Mr.
that.
Ripley.
I kept getting the vibe of that movie, and it's not exactly the same. But once it got in my head, once I think you think of the idea of where it might go, the movie's telegraphing it to some extent, and you can kind of feel it out.
Oh, well, to really piggyback off that point, Gil, if I could call you that.
Mr. Take to you.
They literally telegraph all of it when he's, at the end of the movie. And that part, I do fully agree. They could have left that out and not treated us like complete dipshits and act like it's the smartest film in the world. When he's like doing his bad guy unveiling of his plan, then I did this and then I did that. And I'm sitting here like, yeah, we know, we get it now.
Yeah, we figured it out.
Yeah, we got there.
Real quick, Joey C. As someone as someone who's spent a lot of time in my bathtub, I thought you would really enjoy this movie. What did you think?
Yeah, as your gay correspondent of the show, holy fuck.
He's a happy correspondent. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. What a movie. Every review that I saw said this was like the worst of cinema, but I love how fucking weird and raunchy and like gross it was, but it adds to the whole like weird obsession vibe of the movie. And in terms of the ending, I feel like the twist comes so fucking far out of left field. But like, I think it makes sense, especially the grave scene. That makes the most sense to me. I get that. I relate to that on a personal level.
Yeah.
Oh, and because Adam suggested this new layout, it looks like Barry, whatever his last name is, humping us. Awesome.
Nice.
Oh, Adam and Gil, you're like
Yeah, I know.
at ground zero.
Wrong way.
Can we switch? Can we switch for a second? I gotta just inspect that over there.
Oh no, I'm the foot guy. Anyway, as we're being humped by the Joker, he's the Joker for like 1 second.
You didn't have to explain it there, Oliver.
No, because I watched this movie Saltburn where you have to explain everything.
So they drop the glass, it shatters, flashback to the Batman. Oh my god, it's him.
Black and white.
It was interesting how you do kind of feel bad for him in the beginning. He's talking about his like background, and then he's clearly into this rich guy. He's a little too into him, and then you get to Saltburn, which is a stupid name, I guess, for a I don't know what the hell that is, like a mansion or whatever. Like you meet the family and they're all assholes. It seems like they're just keeping like poor people around to treat them like shit. Yeah. Or to like pity them and embarrass them. Because what's her face is in it? What's her face? Ellie Cornish, right? Is that her name?
No.
No. What is it? What is it?
It's Cornish Game Hen.
No, what the fuck is her name? Fuck you.
The Gone Girl. It's the Gone Girl lady.
No, that's someone else. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know. Hey, quick thought on the beginning when he gets to the college and he reads off his little thesis paper. Yeah. Do you guys think, because this is the one thing they don't spell out, but I'm just kind of assuming because there's a little depth to this character. Do you think he just lied his way into the college as well? That he's actually kind of a hack student? Yes. Because the other student was like, you notice he said that same word 4 or 5 different times, and the professor was like, yep, good catch. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, I do think he is a liar. Sorry, it was Carrie Mulligan. I don't know where I pulled that other name out of. Yeah, and Rosamund Pike was the mom, but Carrie Mulligan was like the drugged out lady that they were like, oh, she's so great. And then they kick her out. And then later on, they're like, oh, yeah, Pamela died. And what's his face? Oliver's like, Pamela died? And they're like not caring about it at all. But then
she'll do anything for attention.
Yeah. But then it kind of flips like toward the end when Oliver is becoming a real dickbag. You're like, all right, now I kind of feel bad for these guys, even though they were kind of dicks. There isn't really a likable character in the bunch, I think. But yeah, this movie is really known for the gross scenes. Like we said, the tub scene where a dude jerks off in a tub.
Yeah.
And then just it's not drained all the way, and then this guy jumps in, starts slurping it up, which I saw was like making people like sick, but I'm just like, they probably just threw some milk and some water. I mean,
oh yeah, that'd be so disgusting. I agree.
I was okay until he actually got to the drain itself, and then I felt I've never had a physical reaction to a movie, and I feel like I've seen the worst violence, all the Saw movies, and this actually got almost a physical gag reaction just from the drain. I don't know why that specifically.
Yeah, it was so gross, wasn't it, Gil?
I was
totally right.
Yeah, man, it was just so gross. I almost got sick watching it because it was just so gross.
The second scene, I don't have a slide for. Is him eating out the girl while she's on her period. Look, it happens. No one's a fan of it, but no one keeps going either. Barry just kept going, which I thought was a little gross. Yeah. And then, of course, the last scene, as you see here, of him humping us. Just imagine he's humping a grave instead. So yeah, I guess it was a little unclear. Like, I'm guessing the movie wanted to trick you into thinking he was in love with Felix, but it seems like he just wanted to be Felix. Am I getting that right?
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it ends with him winning.
He was Felix. It's like Fight Club. They're the same person.
You missed the second revelation montage after the first
The problem I have with this little bad guy thing at the end, and sorry for spoilers, he's doing his whole master plan, but he's showing how like he meticulously like covered up every murder and did it so well. And then in the end, he just pulls like a fucking breathing tube out of Rosamund Pike. And I'm like, well, someone's going to look into that and realize that the tube was ripped out of her mouth. I don't know if you're going to get away with that one, buddy. They're like, hey, we noticed like your fingerprints are everywhere and what the fuck. And then it just ends with him dancing naked in a mansion. Now, one thing I also like about this, it's set in like 2006, 2007. So I was actually jamming to all the songs. Like when the guy is singing Apple Bottom Jeans, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that song. That was like everywhere. We love that song.
Like the family watching Superbad.
Yeah,
Which it worked on a couple levels. Like, well, one, it's just so funny because this feels like it should be a period piece from like the 1800s with like aristocrats.
It kind of is a period piece.
It is a period piece. There's that scene of him meeting down the girl. And
the period.
Oh my
and 2006, 2007 is a period in time, is it not?
It's real highbrow over here, Crystal.
Wait, say that again. Say, Adam, say it feels like a period piece.
It feels like a period piece.
Great job.
It just takes me too long to get to the button. But
Adam,
what?
I know you love the 4:3 aspect ratio. Did that do it for you in this movie?
I remember it in A Ghost Story. Do you remember that stupid movie with the guy?
I never actually watched that, but I know that was also 4:3.
Well, it wasn't even 4:3. It was like Polaroid vision. It had rounded corners. It was even less than 4:3. This, I honestly, usually I care, but I wasn't bothered by it at all. I liked it. I was fully invested.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about it after a while.
Much like Zack Snyder's masterpiece, Justice League, the 4-hour 2-a-day force, the 4:3 aspect ratio really drew me in.
Why wouldn't he just give an option for widescreen? Anyway,
it's so weird.
Yeah, another movie that did it that I really liked was Lighthouse. I thought Lighthouse did a good job with the 4:3 aspect ratio. But yeah, Saltburn. Look, I don't love it. Again, I thought it was interesting, and then when I figured out, at the end, it was like, oh, that's what he was doing. I found it less interesting. I'm like, oh, so he's just doing it to get that? Okay. Seems like a really convoluted way to go around it. Don't know why he needed to jerk off so much, but all right. I think he could have done that plan with less jerking off, but
let's not get too crazy here.
I think he was just enjoying it as he went.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Tony,
before I go to the grocery store, I do it too.
I was gonna say, Tony, I don't think there's a week that goes by where I don't sit back and go, you know what? Could have got a lot more done this week had I not jerked off so much.
Why do you think I was late to the podcast? Adam was late too. What do you think he was doing?
Well, I got halfway through Saltburn and I had to go relieve myself.
Oh, you were watching it again before the show.
Of course.
I need to get to the tub scene and then I'll be good. Yeah, I think that is all we have to say for Saltburn.